And let's roll out, roll out, roll out, roll out, let's roll out.
All right, y'all know what time it is. We are back. This is Food, Fitness, and Fun with Dre
What's good?
and JD. All right,
Yeah.
so this week we sparking it as usual with our sponsored by segment, and Dre got it this week.
Yeah, I got something super delightful and
Mm,
always, my things are packed with protein.
right.
This is a hot smoked salmon eggs Benedict.
Woo, that was a mouthful
Ooh,
right there.
yeah,
Run it
it's a
back one
lot
more
in there.
time for the
Yeah,
people in the
yeah, yeah,
back.
yeah. So basically it's eggs Benedict with smoked salmon and it's
Mm,
it's hot. It's like warm, you
okay,
know. Um I had that this weekend, man. It was absolutely delicious
nice.
and really low in calories because I think they basically just dress it with some spinach is in there.
Hmm.
It's actually on it's like in half and it's like on a biscuit. I got
Oh,
a
okay.
picture that I'm going to throw up there and some people don't like eggs Benedict because it's basically like runny eggs,
Hmm.
but man, I really like eggs, man. And that was like a different way of kind of having it. Kind of remind me of sunny side up eggs.
Yep.
It's cooked but not fully.
Right.
But once it mixes with that salmon and that biscuit kind of like soaking it in.
Right.
Woo wee. It's good, bro. So
Nice.
yeah,
I've
give
never
it a
had eggs
try, y'all.
Benedict.
Just yeah, you know, everything's on the internet. Look up eggs Benedict.
Right.
Just basically some smoked salmon,
Hmm.
and you could put whatever you want, spinach. Just like I said, this was sitting on a biscuit,
Mm.
and yeah, I had it for brunch.
Ooh.
Bringing brunch back.
You know what I'm saying? No, brunch
Brunch
never
is coming
left.
back.
No, brunch never
You know what I
left. Let me
mean?
let you know
Used to be a thing.
the young folks love brunch.
Oh, everybody brunching.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you already know. Brunch is the new party. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, brunch been the new party. You ain't never lie.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Man, I used
saying?
to be brunching all the time,
Yeah, catch just like,
especially
yo,
at
what's up? You
the
trying to go to brunch? They got unlimited mimosas. What
unlimited
call they, they,
mimosas.
they call them bottomless mimosas.
Oh, that's right. Bottomless mimosas. You're right. That's
I don't
what
want
they
the I don't
are.
want the brunch crowd to come at me. You know what I'm saying I make sure I
And
represent
they
y'all
thick.
properly. Oh
That
yeah.
brunch crowd is thick. They will come after you. People are
I don't
serious
want no beef with
about
the
their
brunch
brunch.
crowd. You know what I'm saying? No beef. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's what's up. All right, so yeah, we'll throw it up there,
Right.
and that's cool. I wonder how hard it is to make an eggs Benedict at home. I don't know. I see it a lot when I used to watch Food Network. I used to date somebody who was a Food Network addict. That's all she watched, and I used to watch it with her. And a lot of times they would make eggs Benedict, and I never really found it
Yeah,
too
it's
fly.
not very popular in the hood, but
Right.
it's good, man. You
It's a
know.
pinkies up kind of dish.
Yeah, and a little bit, a
Mhm.
little tiny pinky.
Right. Pinkies up.
Yeah.
So
All right.
it's the 8th of March when we're recording this, and the Batman came out a couple of days ago, and you want to discuss Robert Pattinson and his training and what he said publicly about training for the Batman.
Yeah, man. Unfortunately, you know how we do. We if I would have saw it, we probably would have been having a longer conversation about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Since we're both big movie fans and both into
That's right.
like uh the Marvel, DC, that whole universe. But I ain't see
Absolutely.
it yet, so
It's
I
all
don't
right.
want to talk about it. We'll
It's all
talk
right.
about it next time if it's that dope, or if I feel like yeah, I think we need to talk about this.
Right.
But one thing I do want to say, and it's kind of related to our podcast last week, is
Hmm.
I respect Robert Pattinson for what he said,
Hmm.
but then there's also something weird that I feel like needs a conversation. And so,
Okay.
um, a while ago, when the Batman movie was starting, probably a
Right.
year, 2 years ago, whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
It was right around the same time
especially it
pandemic
was like,
was in it.
yeah, right about the beginning of the pandemic, they were like, okay,
Mhm.
cool. We can't really shoot right now, but since we can't shoot, this is a great time for you to get in shape. and get these exercises popping. Now, what's the young lady playing Catwoman? Zoe, forgot
Zoe
her name.
Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz, right? So Zoe Kravitz is like, yeah, that's what's up, and did what she was supposed to do in terms of like getting with the trainer that the movie,
Studio provided.
the production cats, told her to get with, and was just like doing her thing. Here's the
Uh-huh.
diet, here's the instructor. Just get with him. They
Right.
wanted to do the same thing with Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson was like, how about no? I'm
Right. I
not
remember
going to
this.
do that.
Right. He
and,
was on some.
and
I'm not working
everybody
out.
was upset, right? People were like, but you're playing Batman. And, the last person to play Batman, who was Ben Affleck, we saw how Ben Affleck just like boomed for the character. I
Absolutely.
wasn't big into him being Batman, but I had to respect his gangster in terms of working
Same.
out.
Yeah,
Like,
he was putting in work in.
yo, in terms of your body being Batman, you got it. Acting, I don't know, but that
Right. That's
body
another
was on point.
conversation.
That's another conversation, but I gotta give you credit where credit was due. Ben Affleck
Absolutely.
came out like, so everybody's used to, okay, you playing Batman, then you got to bring it. So Robert Pattinson's like, no, I don't.
Right.
I'm not going to do that, and I'm
Yeah, there was
not
a lot of
going to.
backlash. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. He was like, I'm not going to fall into this like Hollywood sense, this false illusion of
Yep.
trying to have this unrealistic body. I'm not doing that, right?
Mhm.
So it was a big backlash.
Right. That's what I was
Time
about to say.
moved on, and he said, "Oh no, I was kidding. I was playing around. I had nothing else better to do. I was bored. I was at home, so it was a joke." That's what he
Mm-hmm.
tried to say it as.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, fine. He did say he did his exercises,
At home.
and he dieted. Yeah.
He said he did them at home. That was one
Yes,
of the
he
big
did his
things.
exercise
That
at
was one of
home.
the
He didn't get
differences.
with
Right.
Yeah, he didn't get with a trainer. He didn't follow a trainer, a professional trainer that the studio will provide. He didn't do that. He did them at home, and he went in. He went the other way. So he was like, "I'm going to diet down like crazy." You know, we know that he know how to diet down. We saw him in Twilight and all this other crap.
Right.
So it's like he decided, okay, I'm gonna diet down, and part of it is dieting it down. Like just before the movie shoots, he decided to sort of like dehydrate himself. It's a
Mm.
trick that bodybuilders do when they're about to get on stage. They'll
Mm-hmm.
get all the dehydrate, get all the moisture out so their body can like pop and you can see all like the muscles. And so he decided to do that. So he didn't want to use any, performance enhancement drugs or anything like that. But he decided to dehydrate himself. And so I'm thinking, well, that's like, okay, you don't want to do one unhealthy thing, but you want to do this other unhealthy thing.
Right.
Like, what's the difference in terms of doing something unhealthy for your body?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of stuck where it's like, well, you know, I feel you on one end, but the other end is like, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm not going to drink alcohol. Only thing I'm going to do is have crack. What?
Right.
Like, in fact, I don't know if you're going to get any points there because both those things are unhealthy. But
Right.
you can tell me how you feel about it.
Well, I think it's interesting. Starting with the first statement, there was a lot of hoopla around him not wanting to train. He came out publicly and he said, like, nah, I'm not with this body dysmorphia. I'm all about people being who they really are. And it seemed like he was trying to jump on internet trends. And then there was a lot of backlash from the studio and from the superhero fans, fans of the superhero movies. And they were basically saying, like, yo, you signed up to be Batman. Everybody knows it may not be in the contract, but everybody knows if you sign up to do a superhero film, you're expected to do certain things physically as well as the script. It's not just studying a script and learning the part. And then he came out, like you said, hey, ha, 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 I'm just playing. But it wasn't really just playing because, like you said, he didn't link up with the trainers. He didn't get on the regimen that they was going to put him on. He was on some, well, I know how to work out and I'm going to work out at home. And then a piece that you missed was I don't know what he was doing, but I remember filming was done in a very specific way during the height of the pandemic, which is when Batman was filmed.
Right.
And somehow he caught COVID for a hot minute and they had to
Yeah.
stop filming.
Yeah.
And then it was on some like, well, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to work out because I have COVID. So, he was on some like, he was playing games out here. So then it took him a minute. He had COVID for a minute. Well, he didn't have it like a week or 2 weeks. He had it for a minute, they said. And then he was able to keep filming. And then other people caught COVID on the set and they were like, oh, it probably came from him returning too soon. There was a lot of things around the movie, but I didn't hear about this dehydration shit. I think
Yeah.
that's really interesting. So he said this in an interview, I guess you saw?
Yeah, yeah. It kind of made its way through the, once Batman started going, they questioning, they have to, big up the movie and,
Right. Build the
do
hype.
all these press, jumps all over the place. So yeah, it's in one of those where
Okay.
they were kind of talking about it,
Okay.
because that's part of the allure is getting in shape for Batman.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that he dehydrated. Like you said, it is a tactic, a strategy that's used by bodybuilders before the show. And, I'm not saying don't do it, to each his own, but it is weird that, I mean, it seems like if you read between the lines, he ain't want to do, steroids or whatever other stuff that all the Hollywood cats do. I do respect that part where it's like, yeah, exactly, engines, you know what I'm saying? That was the Batmobile right there, you know what I'm saying?
Right. He
um,
coming for you. You heard
you
he
know what I'm
told you shit
saying?
about
I heard what you said. You know what
him.
I'm saying? And you got a Harley Quinn shirt on. I am
Right.
vengeance.
She had
Anyway,
her movie already.
right. So anyway, yeah, so I think it's really interesting that he chose not to go that route. If you don't want to do the drugs, cool. If you don't want to do certain things, cool. I have mixed feelings about the trainer situation. I feel like if that's what you signed up for, you got to stick with the script. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you signed up for. But I guess they was cool with him training at home. So, all right, you're not gonna do the drugs. Cool. Props for that. Props for standing your ground. I'm always cool with that. I'm a pretty rebellious guy. But to then be like, I'm a dehydrate for mad long right before the film, it's fucking dumb. Like, what was the point
Yeah.
then?
Yeah. And let me just kind of bring it home to like everyday people like you and I and everyone else who might be listening. It's like we see this happen a lot, right? Let's
Hmm.
say someone's wedding is coming up or they got a high school
Absolutely.
reunion, something that they been knew was happening, right? Like for a long time. But they just, it's like they want to be in shape for that, but they don't really do anything.
No.
They get caught up. Maybe work is going crazy, the kids, blah, blah, blah. And so, what a lot of people would do, or that summer vacation, oh my God, we're going on summer vacation. I want to look this particular way. I want to
Mhm.
fit into this type of bathing suit, et cetera,
Right.
et cetera. And so,
I'm
what a
gonna
lot of
rock my
people will
keto.
do, yeah, will just be like the crash diet shit. It's kind of related to what he's doing. Like, they'll crash diet, they won't eat, they won't drink, and I think that is even more dangerous. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like that, because it's one thing to be like, okay, I'm going to do this thing, slowly, take my time every week, look for improvements. But when you say, okay, I need this within 2 weeks or within 3 weeks or by the end of this month, I need to look this particular way. So I'm just going to cut out like basically all food or incredibly tiny amounts of food and not drink, or some people take um what's it called that dehydrates you, can't remember it right now, but it'll come to me. um
Mm.
they water pills, like they take these water pills, and get all their fluids out, all your electrolytes out of your body, and you get this look, but that's like really, really unhealthy,
Yep.
and I don't think it's a good idea. I don't
Hmm.
think it's a good idea. I feel like just be comfortable with yourself and go on your trip or go get married.
Right.
Or, you know, because you were saying this about the last time on the last show, where you was talking about the Kardashian chick, where it's like,
Oh yeah.
oh, the rescue, what's
Oh,
it
it's called
called?
Revenge Body.
Yeah, yeah, revenge body, right? It's the same sort of thing. Like, oh man, this thing is coming up. Crash diet, and or people go the other way. They try to get in the gym and try to do 4 hours a day, 5 hours a day, something crazy,
Mhm.
to try to make up for all the time that you wasn't going. And that's too much of an extreme on your body,
Right.
and a lot of people don't make it out of that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They may not wake up the next day for putting your body through that. I mean,
Hmm.
even professional bodybuilders who kind of know what they're doing, there's been times where these guys just fell out on stage
Right.
because they put their body to too much too fast. And when you put your body through too much too fast, the health consequences are enormous,
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I feel like you said, okay, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do the roids, you want to do the drugs. Okay. But I don't think that's a better idea to
Right.
compensate by, it's kind of like that last minute studying before you
Right.
take an exam. Like your teacher gives you the syllabus first day of school with all the test dates, but you wait for the night before to start
Right.
studying,
Right. I got to cram it
and
all in
then
before the morning.
right, and then feel like, oh man, only got a D. Like, what you think was gonna happen?
Right.
You try to go through a whole semester of work in one night.
Right.
And when your teacher's reading your answers, it's like, this person don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like,
Right.
yo, what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Hmm.
obvious. And it's the same thing when it comes to your body. Like,
Yep.
your body will just like, I'm going to shut down because I don't know what you're trying to do. So I'll just shut down and we'll begin again some other time,
Yep. Absolutely.
if you make
And
it.
that's that. And all that shit is dangerous, which kind of leads to my next topic. I want to talk about when I saw the Batman movie was coming out recently. It's like there's a lot of hype around the Batman body, and me and you, we read comics, and even in like the TV shows, the cartoons, whatever, they always show Batman as like this creature. He's the world's greatest detective, so he has this brilliant mind, right? And then he's also in peak physical condition, right? Batman is supposedly the flyest, uh, the best shape a human can be, right? Like 3% body fat or some crazy shit like that.
Yeah,
But then,
yeah.
but then the motherfucker doesn't sleep. And it's like, yeah, that shit all sounds fly, but it's mad unrealistic. Like, it's just as
Yeah,
bad as the superhero body cats. Like, okay,
yeah.
cool. You look like you can't put your arms down and you look larger than life because you take the steroids. All right, we know that's crazy and that's not good. But the Batman body is like, you would never be able to sleep 3 hours a night, 2 hours a night, and have Batman's body. It's not possible.
Right.
You now what you would be like is is Batman Dark Knight when it's like, oh, we got this huge merger meeting and Bruce Wayne is just slumped sleeping the
Yes,
whole
I
meeting.
definitely appreciated that part. Like, oh, somebody's been up all night. What's
You know
going
what I'm
on,
saying?
Mr. Wayne? How are you spending your nights?
Just
You
knocked
know,
out.
you knocked out because you've been up all night fighting
Right,
crime.
right. So, it's just weird to me. And I think it's interesting that cats are still on that shit. And yeah, it's cool. Like, you don't want to go through the Hollywood shit. You don't want to go through the ringer. Cool. But then, fam, you can't sign up for that. And like all the cats who's Batman fans, they speak about that so often. Like, yeah, but Batman's in such good shape. I'm like, nigga, you would never get in that shape. Not on 4 hours a night of sleep. Not on 3 hours, 2 hours of sleep. And even him being the greatest detective. How the fuck are you the greatest detective on no sleep? You can't think straight on no sleep.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
like,
it's
come
all
on.
it's all crazy.
Yeah,
It's an
and my
illusion.
thing
That's
is,
the whole thing.
right. It's fantasy, right? It's like it's fake.
Right.
It's fantasy. It's to inspire us and entertain us. And
Tell
like
a
we said
story.
last week, right? It's like we said last week. It's like cats forget about that. So I do respect Robert Pattinson keeping it real, but it's like that Batman shit. It's not real.
Yeah.
Like you can't
And you
walk
know, you're
around
right.
trying to be Batman.
Yeah, I just, I'm old with everything, so I just got on Reddit, and I've been reading and catching up to some of these things, and
Uh huh.
I'm already ready to delete it now, um, because it's like now all the idiots that I see on other things, they on these other platforms too, and
Uh
so
huh.
this one thing that went, I guess, kind of viral, where this girl was talking about Thor, what's his name?
Oh, I'm terrible with names.
Yeah, but
Hemsworth, Chris Hemsworth.
Hemsworth, yeah, Hemsworth. Yeah. Um, she was like, now, why can't every guy just look like this? I mean, literally, all you have to do is work out, and the testosterone in your body is going to activate, and you're going to look way better. All you have to do is go to the gym, spend 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And mad people responded. People were like, especially guys, because it's like, yeah, I mean, I don't know if she said that just to get the people talking or whatever,
Uh
but
huh.
it's like there is a lot of people who think that, oh yeah,
Shit,
that's
shit
easy
is
for
that
you.
easy,
Yeah, you're a guy, and so if you just pick things up and put them down
right?
enough times,
Then that's
you,
it.
you know your testosterone is just going to activate and get your muscles so you can look like Thor.
And then you be chiseled by the gods.
Right, you can be Chris Hemsworth too, and it's like,
No, boo boo.
if it was that easy, everybody be walking
We
around
right,
looking like that.
right, exactly. We'd all look like Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, like you think that's all he does is just picks up some weights for
Nah,
an hour or so, and
nah.
then
First of all these
immediately he
cats
turns to
take
that.
mad supplements. You know what I'm saying? And I'm being nice today, so I'm gonna say supplements, but they all take mad supplements and they all work
Hmm.
out for hours. None of the motherfuckers work out for 20 minutes. Are you crazy? 20 minutes. If 20 minutes was all it took, I'd look like Chris Hemsworth.
Everybody
You know what
would.
I'm saying? 20 minutes. Fuck out of here. And then you don't have to work out for hours and hours, but not 20 minutes. Nah, it's not that easy. And you're right. You said the same thing last week. It's like people who are not in the life or practicing these things, they think it's super easy. But I think that's with anything though. Like someone who's never written a song, it's like, oh, anybody could write a hit record. I mean, Michael Jackson wrote so many of them. It's like, well, first of all, he didn't write most of them. And second of all, if it's that easy, let me see you do it. Go ahead.
Right,
Go write a hit record then.
right, yeah.
So it's the same thing. It's like, oh well, why don't guys have six packs, or why don't you look like Chris Hemsworth, or like how come Jay, why don't your arms look like Dre's arms? Dre's got these great shoulders, why don't you? It's like, well, we're doing different things, first of all, and second of all, like everybody don't do the same shit, everybody doesn't have the same time, there's mad reasons why cats don't look the same, like,
Yeah, everybody have. First of all, we all have different genetics.
yeah,
We come from different genes, and
all right,
then yeah, people have different goals and all that other stuff.
yeah,
But no matter what it is, as you're saying, none of it is easy.
no, it's
None of
work.
it is. It's, oh, just so simple. But
Yeah,
that's the
it's called
thing. It's
it's
like,
called
yeah,
working out.
for
Work.
right,
You can't
right,
have working out without work.
right, right. It's
Working
not easy
out.
out.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
you
Make me
know,
think of the Rocky soundtrack. There's no easy way
right,
out. You know what I'm saying?
right. It's not chilling out.
All right.
No, it's work. You
All
got
right.
to put in work, and you got to put in a lot of work.
Yeah. It takes time.
Constantly. But anyway, yeah, let's move on. Yeah.
So yeah, just like Shorty on Reddit, giving unwanted advice and saying dumb shit. Saying,
Yeah.
let's go to another topic about unwanted advice. A lot of
Yeah.
times we've even been at the gym together and cats would come over and tap you. Oh, hey, what's up? It's like, yo, you know what you really should do right now? Yeah, you should be doing. But who asked this motherfucker for advice? And and,
Yes.
and, and let me add a little bonus fry, a little extra question. Why the fuck that shit is always when you're mid set? Is it me? Am I bugging? Like you be like, oh man, this shit, whoo, next. Oh man, you're doing good, but if you really want to get your chest popping, what you should do, fam, I'm dying here. I'm putting my work in. What are you doing?
Un,
Go ahead, man. I'm gonna
unwanted,
let you go
unwanted,
before I go off.
unsolicited advice.
Who
You
like
know,
let's
we
call this
all this
who the fuck asked you?
yeah, right. And it's like there are so many different platforms where everybody putting their opinion out. So
Right.
it's like if people want to hear your opinion, they have a way to get to you. But
Mm-hmm.
when you throw something out there that nobody asked for, it's not valued. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And don't forget about timing. Sorry to cut you off, but
yeah, yeah, go
son,
through.
when cats is in the middle of their set, or when I just put the weight down, ah, whew, son, I'm trying to catch my breath. I'm trying to collect myself. Yo, son, yo, I see you, man. You know you doing your thing, but you know what you really should be doing? Yo, nah, if you want like the big trapezius muscles, yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so yeah, if you're doing it, stop. Um it's just a bad idea. You know what I'm saying? If you're giving people, if you're that person that when you go in, you have to say something, you know, it's nothing wrong with a compliment here or there, something like that, but to go in and say, okay, I got a better way for you to do this and that, it's just unwanted and it's not going to be valued most of the time. You
Right.
know, now if somebody asks you, okay, fine. But yeah, I hate it, man. I hate it. Like you said, it happens to me all the
Mm-hmm.
time. You know, a lot of times it happens to me when I'm like actually training someone.
Oh,
You know, it's like I'm training someone. I know this person. I know what they can and cannot do. I know their range. And so someone will come over and be like, yeah, you know, it's better if they do this. No, 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 no. I know what this person can do.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Like because you don't know what a person is going. You don't know if that person is in chemotherapy and they just trying to get in shape.
right.
You don't know what um, quote unquote disability they might have,
What
so they have to
goals they
work out a
have.
particular way. Yeah, you don't know what's happening. So for you to just come in and say, okay, yeah, well, do it this way. Come on, and no, it's unwanted. And so just
Yeah.
stop if that's you. You know,
Right.
it's just horrible gym etiquette to
Oh,
walk around
the nastiest.
telling people, yeah, what to do. And especially like you said, mid set, you're not even recognizing that the person is like doing something, you
Right.
know.
And then like my thing is like, hey, listen. Sometimes you see somebody and you're like, man, I would love to help this person. There's nothing wrong with that. But let's talk about consent one time. What when did you ask me any questions? You know, you didn't come over and say, hey, listen, man, I'm a trainer. I've been working out for years. I see what you're doing. Would you like some advice? I see you working on chest. Would you like some advice? Would you like to see this cool chest workout I've been doing? It's kind of what helped me, get this dent right here to look how it does for a long. It maybe then, but to just come over and be, yo, son, yo, I see what you doing, son. Yo, listen. I don't want to listen. In fact, I
Right.
probably have headphones on.
Yo, once I was in the gym with like 4 or 5 members of my family. It was like my
Uh-huh.
sister, my niece, my nephew, you know, bunch of people,
Hmm.
that I was just like, okay, none of them work out. Maybe except for my nephew Kevin.
Right,
None of them work out. And
right.
so just bringing them in there, I'm like, okay,
This
this
is an
is how this
accomplishment.
machine, yeah, and this is how this machine works. It's like a 101 class, just introduction to machines and to the just an intro.
Right,
So this is how this machine is. Hey, have a seat, get comfortable. The weights are mad light.
right.
And this dude walks over to me, and I got like 4 or 5 of my family members over. Oh yeah, well, when you're doing that, you should be doing it like this, and you're doing it like that. So I'm like, nah, I got this. They just knew. Yeah, well, I'm just saying. Well, how old are you? Like, what do you know? And I was just like, why does that matter? How old am I? Yeah, cause I'm 53 and I'm blah 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 blah. Okay, that's nice. Congratulations. Um,
Congratulations.
yeah, like.
Said you told him congratulations.
Yeah, but why you don't want to tell nobody how old you are? It's not that I don't want to tell anybody. Oh, I don't even know you. Like, who are
But
you?
it's not
You know what I'm
even
saying?
relevant.
Right, and all that's like they're new here. They don't know how to work out. They're just going into the gym. All I want you to do, if I'm orienting somebody to the gym, just get comfortable.
Right.
I'm not even trying to get you to work out like that. I'm just
Mhm.
helping you get oriented with it. This does that. It's a
Right.
level of comfort. You don't want to overwhelm someone. But
Right.
yeah, this is what this is. This is how this is. And yeah, here's 150 pounds. Now
Right.
push that. That's too much.
Right.
Calm down.
Right.
You know, the way I work out, very like calm, take your time.
Yes, you do.
And then that's that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he's coming in with this unwanted, unsolicited advice,
Hmm.
and you're getting mad at me because I'm not offering up information that you chose to offer up.
Which is also
And that's what
none
I'm
of
saying.
your
It's like,
motherfucking business.
yeah, people are wild like that, yo. Like, why are you, everything you're doing is wrong right now.
Absolutely.
If anything, you could have asked me, do you want
Right.
to know about this and that? Because I'll let you know. I'm very familiar with this gym. I'm very
Right.
familiar with gyms. I'm very familiar with machines.
Right.
I got this. What you see me doing is explaining. I'm not explaining because I don't know how it works. I'm
Right.
explaining so that other people know how it works.
Right.
You know. But yeah, people are wild like that, man.
Ah, yo, it's nasty. I see it all the time. And that's why I like to have my headphones. My new thing is I don't even pay them any mind. I just point straight to my earbuds. I'm like, obviously I don't got this shit on, but we all got the earbuds. When cats
Yeah,
start talking, I'm like,
yeah, yeah. And if that happens to you when you out there, man, you just gotta. I'm all about being pleasant, but at the same time being clear. You know
right.
what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to curse you out and motherfucker. I don't need to do that. But I also gonna
Bend,
let you know,
but
like,
don't break defense.
you know what I'm saying? Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You,
Like,
you want these 2 yards? You can have that. But you
like,
can't get
listen,
this first down though.
yeah, like, thank you, but no, thank you. I got this,
Right.
and that's it, and
I'll
that's
say
it.
it.
And hopefully, these people will learn to just stop doing that, man.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, something you said, which you're really good at, like I've seen you with people for the first time. Obviously, you're the person who really got me into working out. Um, you're very good at like having people pace themselves and keeping things light and trying to make things fun. That's also why I'm not a trainer because I'm like, okay, I'm here to get it in.
Oh no,
Are
you're
you
the worst.
ready? You want to work out with me? Are you sure? You probably shouldn't. You probably shouldn't work out with me. You know what? What weight am I doing? Don't worry about what I'm doing. You should find out what you need to do. I am not good at that shit. Like,
I know
because you know what
you're
happens
the
when people
worst.
come to the gym. I keep it real. I keep it real. I've had plenty of people like, all right, you want to work out with me? Okay, well, I'm gonna do an hour of elliptical.
Right.
You probably shouldn't do an hour of elliptical if you want to do things tomorrow and the next day. Don't do the shit I do. But what happens is cats get excited and then they don't listen. They're like, no, no, if you're doing an hour, I'm gonna do an hour too. And I'm like, you about to die. And you
Yeah.
know what? Dre, you would step in and be like, no, don't do that. Instead, do this. I want some shit like, all right, you want to do an hour? Okay, time to do an hour. I see
I
you
know
in
you're the
60
worst.
minutes.
I seen you do that, man. You'll have somebody at their first day there doing a workout that you've been doing for 3 years.
Yo,
And
come
it's
die.
like,
That's why I don't do it.
I'm like, yo, Jonathan, you didn't start there. Why
Son,
did you tell them to start there? So that's where
listen.
I'm at.
I'll be honest. You asshole. That's where I'm at. I don't have them do the same weight I do, but if you came to work out with me, then you're going to do the same exercises I do. Now, I'm not someone who can lift heavy because one, I don't want to lift heavy, and two, as I say all the time, I have not been great with being consistent. But even when I was living in the gym, I never told cats to do the same weight as me. Like if I'm doing something with like if I'm doing chest press with dumbbells, I'm doing 40s, 45s. I'm not going to take somebody who just came for the first time and be like, I pick up those 40s, let's do it. No. I tell cats like you should probably start with 5 or 10 pounds, especially if you've never done this. And I'm gonna spot you. You know why? Because you've never done this. And
Yeah.
before either of us do anything, we're gonna do it with no weight. You're gonna watch me so you can get the form, and then you're gonna go so you can make sure you have the form. Then we'll do some weights so you can feel comfortable. But I'm not gonna have you do some fly shit you want to do. If you came to work out with me, you're gonna do what I do. That's it.
You ever see Vin Diesel's Pitch Black?
Yeah. Eons
That's
ago.
why I know. Yeah, Eons. It's an old movie, but he
Yeah.
got this line that he says in there. It kind of reminded me of you when you were saying it's like they have to like escape for something and they have to like run.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, "Oh, okay, we got one speed, mine."
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
you
it.
either step up
Or-
or die.
That's it.
Let's go.
That's it.
People were like, "But you run mad fast. Nobody can keep up with you." One speed,
That's it.
mine.
Listen, what my man said, if you ain't first, you last. You know what I'm saying? If
You know what I'm
you're
saying?
not first, you last.
If you can't keep up, don't step up.
That's it.
You'll
He was
just
on his
die.
Ricky Bobby shit. You know what I'm saying? If you're not first, you last. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, yo, I love that fucking line. It's the worst in the gym.
Oh, yeah.
But
Nice.
I feel it though. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, yo, come on.
And listen,
Yeah,
I'll be
nice.
honest. Listen, when it comes to the weights and the machines, I'm not super fly. I can't do the whole rack. I'm not doing super heavy shit. I'm a bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm out there like, oh, this shit is
Yeah,
heavy.
but
My thing is, if this is heavy at 30 pounds for me, then I'm rocking with 30 pounds. You should do what works for you. But cats come with the ego and they want to do,
no,
and I'm not good like you. I'm like, okay,
but you don't
you want to die. All
but you
right.
don't carry that same thing to cardio though. Like
Oh yeah,
you
well
do
that's
an
what I was
hour.
about to say next. Right. See now.
It's like, yo, I do a 3-in-1.
Okay,
I'm
no,
gonna go
I
hard for
don't.
3
I don't tell
minutes.
cats to do that though. I never tell
And
cats.
then I'm gonna rest for
I
1.
never.
And if your heart is on the floor at the end, oh well.
I never
Like,
tell
but
cats to do
son,
3-1.
it took you like a whole year to get to that level. I don't
Well,
care.
actually, 3-1 we did. I started doing years later, and now even you like said I'm not doing 3-1.
I tried it a couple of times, like not for me.
Listen, I love that
But
3-1.
that's where your strength is at. Your strength is in cardio. So
Right.
you don't have no patience with people when it comes to cardio.
I
You're
don't,
just
but I
like, nope.
tell them though. The thing is, listen, because you know what happens, Dre? I'm on the clock. Like I didn't come here to spend 6 hours with you. We said we go into the gym for an hour or 2. Okay, so now it's time to do the cardio section, right? Cool, but now you want to play. But what's that machine do? Listen, you should go find out. You should go find out. You like the stepper? I'm not gonna ever do the shit with the never run out of steps, whatever. I think it's called the step machine.
Yeah, the
I'm
Stairmaster.
never doing that. But listen, if you like the Stairmaster, baby, go be the master of the steps. I see you in a minute. I came to do this elliptical. This is my wife. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm here to. I spent time with you. Now, whoever you are, now it's time for me and wifey. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting on wifey for whatever time, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour. Listen, the gym is yours. Go do whatever you want.
Are you doing 3-in-1 or 2-in-1s?
No, I do 3-1.
3 minute high and 1 minute low, or 2 minutes high and 1 minute low?
No, 3-1. 3-1.
3.
But that's what I'm
3-in-1
saying.
still.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm
That shit
saying.
is no joke.
Said I love my
Let me just let me let people know. Yeah, so Jonathan does. The
JD.
elliptical. You got 2 sections, right? What Jay does. It's like we both been doing this for a long time.
You taught me.
It's kind of my thing, whatever. But you start out 5 minutes high, 5 minutes low, 5 minutes high, 5 minutes low. Yeah. Then as you get
you gotta explain the levels though.
What's high,
what's low?
And basically it's just the resistance on the elliptical machine, right? Mm-hmm. So let's say your highest level you can do is 15.
Right.
Okay. And then you do that high level 15 for 5 minutes. That's going to cause your heart rate to go up. Then you bring it down to, let's say, 10, right? And then for 5 minutes on 10, you let that rock. And you just go back and forth. And, while it's on 10, you're recovering, what we call active recovery.
Yes.
Getting yourself ready for the next 5 minutes when you're going to have it high again. Right. And so this is really good for your heart, just having to go in and out those intervals. Right. And what you realize is when you take that rest, you'll get even better on your second interval. On your third, you get even better and better. So it's a
Right.
good way to, get that heart muscle to be strong.
Yep.
Now, when you get really good at it, you can start playing with the times and playing with the resistance.
Right.
And so currently right now I do 3 and 4, right?
Okay.
I'll do 4 minutes high, 3 minutes low. 4
And
high, 3
what's
low.
your resistance difference?
And so my resistance is only 2 away. So I'll go 13 and 11.
Okay.
I don't want to have, like, when you first start, you should have longer ones, like, at least 5 integrals away. But as you get better, they don't have to be that far away for me, because that's what I've probably been doing this shit for.
That's why I'm sitting here giggling, because when I say what
Yeah.
I do, I know they about to be like, what?
20 minutes. So it's like I do 13, then 11.
Right.
13 and 11. I do 4 minutes, 13, and then 3 minutes on 11.
Right.
And that feels really good to me. I like that. I don't want to go crazy.
And
When
how
we
many?
first started,
Tell me how many minutes you're doing it.
and so
Your
I'll
total.
go. Oh yeah. So in total, it's anywhere between 30 minutes. I like to do 15-minute intervals. So I do 30 minutes is the base. I probably don't go any lower than 30.
Mhm.
And then if I'm feeling good, I'll go up to 45. If I'm really feeling myself and I got some weird music on that's keeping me motivated,
Right.
I might go up to an hour. The most I do is 65 minutes,
Right.
and I'm off of it. Now, yes, there's been times, and I've posted times where I've done 2 hours on there or something.
Nuts so.
Yeah, this nutso. And I usually do that. And I haven't done that this year,
All right.
but I'll do that like for the new year or for my birthday. I'd be like, yo, I'm going to give myself the gift that keeps on giving. Marathon. And just do 2 hours on there. I don't do that anymore. But sometimes it's just fun to do. Like that's the whole thing with the workout. You do things that you enjoy, so it's fun for me. So
that's right.
If I'm really, really liking it, I'll just keep going.
Right.
I forgot what I said. Oh yeah. So as you get good with it, you start playing with resistance. You start playing with times. You can get your times closer, further away. And so one day, so when we first started doing this, we used to be like crazy. I mean crazy, the heart rate, because you're measuring your heart rate, whether it's with your tracker or whether it's the heart rate that's on the machine itself.
Yep.
And we've been doing this before trackers was really popular.
Yep.
So we would use the ones on the machine.
Yep.
And I mean, I remember going up to like 180 heart rate, bro, at one point in time.
I was with you.
And yo, it was to be crazy. Yo, my heart would be like
you.
And I wasn't all that young either. You know what I'm saying? I probably was like your age now or something.
Yo, I was with you, and that shit said 200.
Oh yeah, one time I got up to 200. It was
that
dumb.
Shit said 200. Yo,
it was like,
and I was on the elliptical beside him. Just okay.
Yo, it used to be like this high for me to see. Let me see how high I can get my heart rate.
Right.
Dumbest thing ever. I would never do that now. I keep my heart rate at a certain nice mid range. I ain't trying to go crazy, but yeah, we used to go 180 heart rate, 200 heart rate. Right. 180 was like normal. It was like 175 was like an average.
Right. If you wasn't doing 175, we was like, oh, you ain't even
you ain't even work out today.
Y'all know them cats who be like, "Do you even lift?" We was on some. Right. Do you even elliptical? Like, why?
Yeah, do you do any kind of cardio? Because if your heart is not coming out of your chest,
right? If it's not, you're not even working out.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
We got to wrap up. So I'll fast forward. Go ahead. Oh, go ahead. Go.
No, I got you. Finish it up then.
So one day Dre hits me up and he's like, "Yo, son, I was at this gym." And they had a setting that said interval. So I tried it. And I'm like, okay, we do interval training. What was it? 5-5 like we do? He said, no, it was 3-1. I was like, what does that mean? 3-1? Like, what the fuck is that? He's like, all right, so it was 3 minutes on the high setting and then 1 minute on the low setting. I was, what? 3 minutes on what? 3-1? That's crazy. He was like, son, I couldn't do anywhere near my regular amount of time. I was sweating like crazy. My heart rate was nuts. Yo, it was too crazy. I liked it, but I wouldn't do that regularly. Yo, you should try it, though. You might like it.
And I created a monster.
This motherfucker set me up, y'all.
I
It
created a
was like,
monster.
it was like, yo, this shit is called weed. Yep. You ever tried it? Shit, though? You might want to try this here. You might like it. That's what he did to me, y'all. So I did 3-1, and I was like, yo, this shit. I couldn't even finish. Like, same like he said. It was like, yo, that 40 minutes or 60 minutes, whatever the fuck we was doing at that time, nah. The most I could do was like 30 minutes. And I was like, I can't do anymore. I was super sore. And like, the person I was dating at the time was like, yo, babe, I've never seen you that tired or that sweaty. And you be sweaty, but this is like, you look like you're fresh out the shower. And I was like, yo, that shit was scary. And then the next day I was like, yo, I kind of liked it, that shit though. Like, that shit was kind of fly.
Yeah, that's
So
the
now
whole
for
game.
a couple years now, I've been doing 3-1. So I'll do
Yeah,
3 minutes on like 14, 15, or 16, depending on
Mm,
how consistent I've been, how I'm feeling,
mm.
etc. All right, I know I gotta go, alarm. Thanks. Sorry, new device. Who this? Uh, so I do 3 minutes on 14, 15, or 16, depending how I'm
Nice.
feeling, how consistent I've been. And then the 1 minute, I only drop it down 2 levels.
Yeah.
So if I'm doing 14, it's on 12. And then when that 1 minute is over, I immediately go back up to that 14. And I do that for a minimum of, okay, so because I'm doing such an extreme level of intervals, I don't do super long amounts of time on a regular
Yeah.
basis. I will
Yes.
definitely be honest, I have done 60 minutes recently. Like, I know I sent it to you. You was like, son, you're a monster. I'm scared of you. And I was like, son, that was great. I could have did another half hour. I feel high right now. I feel great right now. But
Them
I've done research,
endorphins.
and you shouldn't do. Yeah, the endorphins was like through the roof.
Yeah, them endorphins
But
was
I've done
crazy.
research, and you shouldn't do interval training consistently for that long period of time, especially the crazy like the. So
The way
basically,
we do it.
in layman's terms, they say that the crazier the intervals, the less time you should be doing. So I really should not be doing probably more than 20 or 25 minutes. So I usually do 20 to 40 minutes. More than that, I'd probably be hurting myself over time or even really that day, depending on what I've done. So that's what I do now. And when I tell people that, they lose their minds. Like our boy Chris, when I first told him that, he was like, 3-1. Son, what the fuck are you talking about? No, 5-5. I was like, that 5-5 shit is dead. I ain't done
Yeah.
5-5 since Nixon was president. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I still do 5-5 every now and then, but
No, listen, to each his own. I'm just saying for
you know,
me, I'm doing
it's
3-1,
crazy. I
which
love it though because it's like when I started that, I was like, oh yeah, you're doing it the Dre way, yeah, blah blah blah. But you've totally made that other setting the J way. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like
3-1 is the
that.
J way.
Yeah, that's the J way right
Right.
there. Like
And this is
you've taken
why,
it.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, you took mine, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna build on that,
Right.
and did something completely harder, and it's like, yo, that's what's up. I love
Thank
it,
you.
But
Thank you. Yeah, that's my
yeah,
shit.
I don't
And
mess with
nobody
it.
wants to do it. And guess what? They shouldn't. That's what I tell cats. And that's why I'm not a trainer. Because really, that's what I want. I want you to be wild and fly. But I understand cats can't do that. So if somebody comes with me and they're like, hey, I'm going to do the elliptical. Okay, you know what? Don't do any intervals then. If you want to do the elliptical for whatever time I'm doing it, right? 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, whatever it is that day, you just do the elliptical. Don't go backwards like we do. Don't split your time in half like we do. We didn't even tell them that part, but we usually do half backwards and half forwards, or half forwards, half backwards. I like to start backwards. It's fun for me, but we're nuts. Be careful. Don't do what we do. And that's what I tell
Yeah,
cats.
that's
I'm like,
yeah.
listen, don't even look at me, because the shit I'm about to be doing is Ricky Ritardo, like Dre likes to say. You know what I'm saying? Don't
Yep.
don't do what I do. Do you, baby? So listen,
Yeah.
you've never done the elliptical. Just do the elliptical. You want to do
You know what?
elliptical? Find a setting that feels good for you.
No doubt.
Don't look at my machine. Fuck what I'm doing. If that shit is 3, if resistance 3 feels good, yo, baby, do resistance 3. Go forward and do. If you listen, if you can finish the same amount of time as me, the next meal's on me. You know what I'm saying? Well, we getting lunch after this. Brunch is on me. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So 2 things I wanted to say is like you can always tell them, you know, the way you started, just do 5 and 5, see how it feel. Even if they're doing 3, do 3-1, do 3-1, see how you feel. Whatever. Yeah. What was the other thing I was going to say?
Because then you scare them away, son.
Yeah. And like right now, it's like the levels that we are in terms of resistance. I would never tell anybody to start at. Like,
but even me, I had to lower it when I was doing 5 and 5. At one point, I was at like 18 was my high, or 19 was my high, 20, and at that time, you was at 20 something.
Yeah.
And I was telling you, like, the Planet Fitness ones don't go to whatever level you were at that time. But as we started changing the intervals, I can't do fucking 18 anymore. Like, the other day I was wilding out. I did leg day. I sent it to you, but I did leg day a couple weeks ago. Was feeling myself. I was like, oh, you know what? Fuck 14 and 15. I'm doing 16 today.
Yeah.
And I did like 30 or 40 minutes. I can't remember. I got to check my stats. And the next day, my legs were like,
oh yeah. It's not recommended to do cardio on leg day, but you know, I've done it. I do it. You know, it's like if you're feeling yourself, you know, rules. You know, I don't care about those rules. The other thing I was going to say is that's the one thing we've never did. We have to do that the next time we get up. Is we've never recorded our cardio sessions.
Well, it's hard.
Done everything else, you know. But that's the one thing when we get together again, because it is a very unique way that I kind of do it. That half of because you know, engaging all the muscles in the legs.
There is footage though. I don't know if he still has it, but years ago, Day's brother, Christopher, he came to the gym with me. And I didn't even know he was recording. He's like, hey, man, I can't do it as long as you do. I'm going to just get some water. And then when I came off the elliptical, he's like, son, I got you. And he posted a clip of me going backwards on the elliptical.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
that was eons ago. I don't know if it exists. I got to hit him up. But it's hard to record it because we'd have to have a device recording us. Or one of us would have to not do cardio. Like I would have to like, all right, I'm going to film Dre doing it. And then when you finish, you film me doing it because without that,
or try to film each other on our lows. It's harder doing you on your highs.
Oh, okay.
And you're only on a low for a minute, so you probably couldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have a lot more time on my lows.
Yeah, it would be challenging. It's not impossible, or if we get another person with us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but no, you need that minute to recover, bro.
I'm not debating that. I can't do shit during my 1 minute. Like sometimes I'll get a text and I'm like, oh, Dre text me. Let me just see. And I'll pick it up as I'll be like, boom, boom, lower it to pick up the phone. I'm like, all right, cool. Sometimes I'm like peeking up as I'm finishing reading the text. I'm like, oh shit, can't answer him. Got to switch back. Bang, bang. Yep. All right, back on it. Oh, okay, cool. And for that 3 minutes, I'm like, all right, I'll try to answer him, but it may have to wait because I don't know if I got enough time.
Yeah.
So
yeah, maybe we're gonna say this for the next time, but next time we get together, we'll talk about why the elliptical, in our opinions, I don't know if you will agree, is to me the best cardio machine. You know what I'm saying?
In the gym,
that's out of all the cardio machines you can do, I consider it to be the best.
Yeah, in the gym, in my opinion, it's the best thing. Outside of the gym, there's some different answers.
Oh yeah.
But in the gym, in the default gym, absolutely, there's nothing beating the elliptical. We'll get into that next week. We'll throw it on our list, and we'll give y'all that next week.
Yep.
All right. I gotta fly, Robin, fly.
And thanks again for listening and watching. Peace.
And let's roll out, roll out, roll out, roll out. Let's roll out.